Hello, my name is Javier Cordova, and today I will be reading The Telltale Heart, a horror story by Edgar Allan Poe for Effective Presentations Workshop Homework number 10. I will be reading this in a dramatic way, a little bit of getting in the head of the character, so don't be scared if it's a little bit too scary because I'm going to make a little bit of lightning effects. And I hope you enjoy because this is a little crazy, to be honest. So enjoy. Now, this is the point you fancy me, Matt. Madmen know nothing, but you should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded, without caution, with that foresight, with that dissimulation. I went to work. I was never kinder to the old man during the whole week before I killed him. And every night, about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it, oh, so gently. And then, when I had made an opening sufficient for my head, I put in a dark lantern. All closed, oh, so that no light shone out. And then I thirsted in my head. Would you have laughed to see how cunningly I thirsted in? I moved it slowly, very, very slowly, so that I might not disturb the old man's sleep. It took me an hour to place my whole head within the opening so far that I could see him as he lay upon his bed. Would a madman have been so wise as this? And then, when my head was well in the room, I undid the lantern cautiously. Oh, so cautiously, for the hinges creaked. I undid it just so much that a single thin ray fell upon the bolter ride, and this I did for 7 long nights, every night just at midnight. But I found the eye always closed, and so it was impossible to do the work. For it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye. And every morning, when the day broke, I went boldly into the chamber and spoke courageously to him, calling him by name in a hearty tone, and inquiring how he has passed the night. So, you see, he would have been a very profound old man indeed, to suspect that every night, just at 12, I looked in upon him. Upon the 8th night, that was more than usually cautious in opening the door. A watch's minute hand moves more quickly than did mine. Never before in that night had I felt the extent of my own powers, of my sagacity. I would scarcely contain my feelings of triumph to think that there I was opening the door little by little, and he not even dream of my secret deeds or thoughts. I fairly chuckled, I did, yeah, and perhaps he heard me, for he moved on the bed suddenly as if startled. Now, you may think that I drew back, but no, his room was as black as pitch with the thick darkness, for the shutters were close fastened through the fear of robbers. So I knew that he could not see the opening of the door, and I kept pushing it on, steadily. I had in my head in, and was about to open the lantern when my thumb slipped through the thin fastening, and the old man sprang up in bed, crying, "Who's there?" I kept quite still and said nothing. For a whole hour I did not move a muscle, and in the meantime I did not hear him lie down. He was still sitting up in the bed listening, just as I have done night after night, hearkening to the death watches in the wall. Presently, I heard a slight groan, and I knew it was a groan of mortal terror. It was not a groan of pain or grief. Oh, no. It was the low, stifled sound that arises from the bottom of the soul when overcharged with awe. I knew the sound well. Many a night, just at midnight, when all the world slept, it has welled up from my own bosom, deepening with its dreadful echo. The terrors that distracted me say I knew it well. I knew that the old man felt and pitied him, although I chuckled at heart. I knew that he had been lying awake ever since the first slight noise when he had turned up in the bed. His fears had been ever since growing upon him. He had been trying to fancy them causeless, but could not. He had been saying to himself, "It is nothing but the wind of the chimney. It is only a mouse crossing the floor. Or it is merely a cricket which has made a single chirp." Yes, he had been trying to comfort himself with these suppositions, but he had found all in vain. All in vain, because death, in approaching him, had stalked with his black shadow before him and enveloped the victim. And it was the mournful influence of the unperceived shadow that caused him to feel, although he neither saw nor heard, to feel the presence of my head within the room. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was a very thrilling story, and even though I extended a little bit more than a minute, I actually really enjoyed it. So I hope you liked it, and just beware of people poking their heads inside at night.